Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, yeah, I am Candace. And today I'm about to do a part 2 of a story time that I did like 2 years ago. It's called, I believe the title was like Love After Lockup Drama, something like that. But yeah, before I get into the part 2, please drop down, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Okay, boom, here we go. Let's just jump into it. Okay, so part 1, matter of fact, if you want to go watch it, go watch it. But if you don't, I'm going to give you a little recap. Okay, so my mom had a friend. She was talking to this man who was in prison. So his, I guess, cellmate, bunkie, whatever you want to call him, he like, yo, you got a friend for me? She like, yeah. No, you got a friend for my bunkie. She like, yeah. And it ended up being my mom. Y'all, I don't know who thought it was a bright idea to put this single woman, single mom of 3 girls with this damn inmate who had nothing to his name. Okay, so boom, they end up talking pen pals, because back in the, y'all, but listen, okay, this is like 20 years ago. This is over 20 years ago. Yeah, it's way over, less than 25, but at least 20 years ago. Okay, so back then, all you had was, writing letters, send them through the mail, and collect calls. Y'all, to collect calls used to be like, first minute is like 25 cents and then 10 cents after. If somebody calling 3 or 4 times a day and you talking at least, I don't know how long, let's just say at least 20 minutes at a time, y'all, that shit racks up. So this man had her, I don't know why her mind was gone, but he had her mind gone. So she answering every phone call. So yeah, the minutes and stuff was adding up. So y'all, our phone used to get cut off. Our phone used to get cut off. The phone bill wasn't there. The phone bill kept adding up. So the phone used to get cut off. She had to run up and down the highway, which was like 3 hours away, to see this man. It was just a lot. Then you got to write them letters and stuff. All that stuff, that's money. And she already single with 3 kids, struggling and stuff. Anyway, so she doing that. They end up falling in love. She ends up getting married to him in prison. I don't know how that went, whatever. She had his name tatted on her and all that. Okay, so where I left off at is, we're going to skip here, at least maybe 2 years. I don't know how long they was talking, at least 2 years, let's say that. He ends up getting out. So where I left off at is the first day out. So yeah, he gets out, his family throw him a welcome home party. She throw him welcome home party. We had to drive 3 hours. He had a big ass cake, a damn full sheet cake, and then all this other little party stuff. So boom, he had a little party, family there, blah blah blah. After the party, we stayed there. They end up getting like a little rundown motel and all this. So it's my mom. First of all, it's a 1-room motel. It's my mom, him, and 3 girls. You think that's a smart idea? No. Anyway, so yeah, I believe I left off there. No, after they had like a little first night out, little session and stuff like that. And so the next day we had to go back. So I guess he got like paroled there. He got paroled to the sister house because he couldn't leave the state. I don't know. I just remember he didn't come back with us, because this is in a whole nother state. Anyway, so boom, F it. We're gonna jump like a couple weeks ahead, because y'all, he end up coming back to our house, which was 3 hours away, like I said. Okay, so boom, he wasn't there long. He used to come visit. He was always a little standoffish and weird. Like, he come over here, always like stay in my mom's room. He ain't never do nothing. Like, I don't remember him cooking, cleaning, like doing nothing. I barely remember anything he used to do. I do remember he came, like my family had like a little function going on. He came over, was introduced to our family, and like my grandma, I remember he gave my grandma a hug, and then it was like, I remember when they left, she said something like, yeah, I don't really trust him, because who gives somebody a hug and kiss the first time they meet? It was something weird like that. Like, she knew, old school people, they know. Anyway, so like he did that to my OG, like gave her a hug and kiss. She thought that was odd. Anyway, so he running back and forth from a couple cities, and she gotta go back and forth driving up and down the highway. Y'all, it's just a lot. It took a lot out of her because y'all, she was working 2 jobs. But in the meantime, look, but why he was locked up, y'all, this is what I remember. It was like back then they did like collect calls. So, the collect calls was adding up. It was like, first minute 25 cents. And after that, like 10 cents a minute, something like that. But when a man is calling, a prisoner is calling like 3 or 4 times a day, and you answering and talking to him the whole time, that mess is gonna add up. So y'all, yes, our phone used to get cut off. Y'all, it's so embarrassing. Like, after a while, I got tired. Like, she act like she ain't never had no damn money because she running to go see him. She sending him letters and gotta send him money, commissary, all that. So I remember I used to just stay with my grandma. Like, I ain't got time for that. Who want to sit over there? Because I remember, like, back in the we talking on the phone to our friends and stuff after school, and they calling, the phone cut off. I'm like, I got smart. I'm like, just call my grandma number. Call this number. So, yeah, I just stay at my grandma's house, do what I do. She over there struggling, running after the nigga that was locked up and da-da-da. Okay, so boom, he gets out. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead. Y'all, because this relationship, I found this out today. The relationship, the marriage, only lasted like 2 years tops. Okay, so boom. I remember one specific time, okay, the first time he came to like stay with us, maybe for a week. It was no longer the week. He came, my mom ended up going to work, and like, I guess she came home, and she was like, he wasn't there. And so she like, where you go? He come back, and he had some smoke. And like, she was telling people, he like, man, you don't find that odd? If this man could get out, come to a whole new city, state, and the first thing he do is find some smoke. So boom. And that little smoke, that led into other stuff, other stronger stuff, if you get what I'm saying. The rugs. So boom, this man, he ends up going back home. And so he had started having drama because he was living with his sister. He started having drama. The sister ended up putting him out. Maybe I guess he's going to stay with his mom and back and forth with relatives and whatnot. And so, y'all, it comes out that this man, he's on drugs. And he couldn't stay with his mama because I specifically remember them saying she came home from work one time and her TV was gone. I guess he sold the TV or pawned the TV for some rugs. Y'all, wait a minute. And then, wait a minute. While I'm doing my research, I couldn't call and ask my mom because she don't want to hear this shit. But my little sister told me, y'all, this man, I had to look it up. This man, when she met him, he was in prison for how many years? At this point, he had to be like, it was over 10 years. Over 10 years. I believe he did somewhere between 10 and 15 years. But girl, when I looked it up, I just looked it up on Google like not that long ago. He was in there for kidnapping. It said 1992, kidnapping. And they gave his ass, what? 25 years. And this the man you decide to take fresh out of prison and put him around your 3 daughters. The oldest 2, we were teenagers. Maybe like 13, 14, something like that. We was like young teenagers. And then my little sister, she had to be maybe like 2nd grade, so whatever that is. This man was in there for freaking kidnapping. That's crazy. Anyway, so I learned that. Anyway, so y'all, he gets out, he get on rugs, he start pawning stuff and all this crazy stuff. So baby, you got you a dope fiend. You thought you hit the jackpot. She didn't went and got a dope fiend. Y'all, then she still at this point, she's still running up and down the highway to go see him. And so look, one instance, it was her, my older sister, and my younger sister. I didn't go because after, I wasn't too fond of her. Y'all, some people just know. It's discernment, Anyway, so they tell me, they like, yeah, we went up there. We thought we was finna stay for the weekend. They had their little, spend the night bags and stuff. And so they go And they at the sister house, somebody's house. They at somebody's house, and him and my mom upstairs. And all you hear my mom, they yelling. And she, vroom, she fly down the stairs running like, yo, let's go, let's go. I guess they just left. They just took off, grabbed their shit, took off, jumped in the car, and zoom. Y'all, they got in the car and they fucking left. They came all the way back home. They came back 3 hours. They jumped back on the highway and came back home, all the way home. And my sister, she like, I guess she was scared. She didn't want to say nothing. But she was like, come to find out, I guess they was up there fighting and shit or something. And they was up there fighting. My sister was like, I don't know, I guess she was scared. She was kind of scary. But look, they up there fighting and shit. My mom jumped in. It's just a mess. And you think she left? No. So boom, that's only one little instance. Y'all, it was so many little instances that should have been told you. You should have got up and left. So, okay, boom. Anyway, so come to find out, his little background, okay, boom. The first time he was in here, they gave him 25 years for kidnapping. Y'all, you won't believe it. Their relationship, their marriage only lasted 2 years. And this is, let's say, 2000, this is like early 2000s. Y'all, he ended up getting locked up again. I'm gonna tell you that part at the end. Stay tuned. But listen, okay, boom. So, relationship only lasted 2 years, so it really wasn't too much. But just know it's a lot of fighting, arguing, money being wasted, money coming up missing. Y'all, there was times we used to come home from school. Go in our room, kick our book bags off, kick our shoes off, take our school clothes off. And you look around, you looking for the remote, but you like, wait. Something ain't right. You can't find a remote. You look to the left, ain't no TV. This nigga used to pawn the TV. He pawned our TV. I remember our TV. We came home a few times. TV gone. VCR gone. Well, it was like VCR DVD combo. So the DVD player gone. TV gone. Girl, you over here with a fucking dope fiend. You got a dope fiend or ex-convict dope fiend around your 3 daughters. You ain't think that's suspicious? You don't like... Y'all, if y'all only knew. There's so many other stories. Like, I can't remember everything. Like, my sisters, they remember, like, certain stuff going on. But anyway, I really remember this man, like, we barely seen him, like, after that first year. And then that second year, I think she barely started talking. She was barely talking to him because he literally only came to our house, our city, state, like maybe a handful of times. And like he had to catch the bus and stuff. And like one point, y'all, our maybe we got a new DVD player or whatever. They had to sell the DVD player to get him a damn bus ticket. Threw him on a Greyhound to get him back home because she was tired of him. Y'all, this is like kind of traumatizing. Like, why would you want a man around your kid? Why do you want a man so bad that even through the drugs and money missing, all this, like your life is going downhill, it's spiraling because of this man, and you in love that bad? No. Anyway, so y'all, come to find out, I guess they end up getting a damn divorce. So she stopped talking to him. She don't know what's going on. She was kind of talking in touch with his mother for a little while, and then I guess she just said F it. So I looked it up today. In 2019, this man went back to prison. He went back to prison for what? Y'all won't even know what he went back for. I'm gonna give you like 2 seconds. 2nd-degree murder. He went back to prison for 2nd-degree murder in 2019. Y'all, 2020, it was 2020. What's that, 2 years? 2 years later, this man died. He died while in prison. I don't know what happened. I tried to look it up. I couldn't find it. He died while in prison. They gave him another 25 years. The first round, 92, they gave him 25 years. He got out in, like, I think it said 2022. Is that 10 years? I think he did like 10, 12 years. That had to be like, y'all, I don't know, from 92, I think it had to be 2002. That sound about right. No, it wasn't 2002. Had it maybe 2000. It was around there. It was the year 2000, something like that. Cause I wasn't even in high school yet. But anyway, so y'all, he went back to prison in 2020. They gave him another 25 years. Why y'all even let him out the first time? If I can find, man, I want to, so bad. I want to put his picture in the link up because I just Googled it. But y'all, I want somebody, you know, look up why he, like, what was the kidnapping, like, why would they just give you 25 for kidnapping? It had to be something else, but I couldn't find it. Anyway, so yeah, so they gave him another 25. He should learn his lesson, but I believe he maybe overdosed or somebody him in there, one of those. But yeah, that's really it, y'all. That's really it. I guess the moral of the story is never meet a man in prison. Leave them where they at. Baby, wait till they get out. And if they can't get out, leave them the F in there. Leave them in there. That's what I was saying. Like, I be watching all these Love After Lockup or Love During Lockup, all that. I see if you had a man, then he end up getting locked up. That's a whole different story. But meeting a man while locked up and then bringing him home around your kids, where is your self-control? Where is your self-esteem? You have none. You don't even have the mental capacity to even be in love. You shouldn't even be worried about love. If you got to go find somebody that's locked up, yeah, I know they look good. I know they look good. But they in there for a reason. Oh, I'm innocent. Oh, it was just a mistake. Yeah. But when you get out, you show me that you can live up to society standards and you get yourself together and come take care of me. Why I gotta take care of you? Why you locked up and why you out getting yourself together? You supposed to be getting yourself together. Y'all, I don't even know what to say. I don't even feel like asking her like what happened, what's going on. I don't even think she knew. She knew. I think she knew he passed. This was only a few years ago. She knew, but I guess she didn't care. And you think she learned her lesson? No, because she ended up finding another man that was locked up. But this time was a little different. This was a little different. If y'all want that story time, let me know, because she ended up getting another relationship. This was maybe like, we gonna give it, that happened like the early 2000s. We gonna give it it was a little less than 10 years later. She ended up getting with another inmate. But this story is a little different. If y'all want that, let me know. Drop down below, say part 3. But y'all, that's really it. She ended up meeting a man locked up. They end up falling in love, getting married. He gets out. Come to find out, he's a dope fiend. Little in between shenanigans. They get divorced. He goes back to prison, and he ends up. That's it. I just said it in like 2 seconds. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I got other little commentary on Love After Lockup, y'all, because I know a little something about love during lockup. I have my own little situations going on. If y'all want to hear anything about my situations, let me know. I got some good situations about some love during lockup and after lockup. I got my own stuff. I got my own little situation going on right now. But anyway, if y'all want to know anything, just drop down below. Let me know whatever you want to hear. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.